If you could buy anything, comfort, admiration, status, even freedom, would you finally feel complete? Would your worries disappear? Today, millions of people live with financial pressure, rising rent, unstable jobs, shrinking pensions, and strangely, the more insecure people feel, the more they fall into the trap of spending. Even those facing layoffs or losing their homes often rush to buy whatever they can. Why? Because the world we live in is engineered to make us believe the next purchase will fix our lives. Marketing giants spend billions trying to convince you that you need a bigger house, a newer phone, a more luxurious car. They want you to think your worth comes from what you can display, not who you are. And if your bank account is empty, buy now, pay later. For many, the goal isn't to be rich, it's to look rich, even while drowning in debt. But eventually, reality hits. One book said it brutally. Buying trendy things on credit to feel successful is like smoking crack to get high. Cheap at first, but devastating in the long run. You end up broke, exhausted, and emptier than before. The narcissism epidemic. The Bible warned about this illusion long ago. It calls it the showy display of one's means of life. 1 John 2:16. And that obsession blinds us to the most precious things in life, the things money can't buy. Here are 3 treasures you could lose if you chase wealth too hard, and none of them come with a price tag. 1. A united family, the wealth you build with time. Brianne is a teenager who seems to have everything. A nice home, good clothes, every gadget she could want. But there's one thing she doesn't have: her father. He's always traveling, always chained to business deals, always promising he'll make it up to her. Brianne said, "We have everything we need and more. But Dad is never home. He's always away. I know he works for us, but I wish he would think about the family too." And here's the danger. A child will accept excuses for a while, but excuses don't build memories. They don't build trust. And one day, children stop waiting. So think about it. What regrets will Brianne's father face years from now? Will he remember the bonus he earned or the birthday he missed? What is his obsession with money doing to the heart of his daughter? And what do his loved ones actually need from him? The Bible is clear on the cost of loving money too much. The love of money is a root of all sorts of injurious things, and some have stabbed themselves all over with many pains. 1 Timothy 6:10. And another powerful truth: better a dish of vegetables where there is love than a fattened bull where there is hatred. Proverbs 15:17. A united family cannot be bought with any salary. You build it with time, affection, patience, emotional presence. Money can buy toys, vacations, clothes, but it cannot buy connection. And the Bible reminds parents of their responsibility. Colossians 3:18-21 encourages families to treat each other with love, respect, and gentleness, not stress, pressure, or neglect. You can rebuild a bank account. You cannot rebuild a childhood. And you cannot buy back lost years with your loved ones. 2. Real security. A future money can't guarantee. Sarah, a 17-year-old girl, says, "My mum keeps telling me to marry a rich man and learn a trade, so I'll always be safe. It's like the only thing that matters to her is money. Her mother's intentions are understandable. People worry about rent, bills, emergencies, but there's a point where a healthy concern turns into an obsession, one that can poison your peace and shape your children's worldview. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Even if you had $1 billion, your future still wouldn't be secure. The Bible warns us, stop storing up treasures on earth, where moth and rust consume, and where thieves break in and steal. Matthew 6:19. You do not know what your life will be tomorrow. James 4:14. Money can disappear overnight. A market crash wipes out savings. A fire destroys a home. A thief empties an account. A medical diagnosis turns your life upside down. And money, no matter how much of it you have, cannot defeat the enemies that truly threaten us: illness, tragedy, uncertainty, and death. As Ecclesiastes 7:12 says, even wealth offers only limited protection. True security doesn't come from a paycheck. It doesn't come from possessions. It doesn't come from a number on a bank screen. Real security comes from stability of mind, wisdom, emotional resilience, and above all, a connection with your Creator. Jesus said it plainly. This means everlasting life, taking in knowledge of God. John 17:3, money can protect you from a bill, but it cannot protect you from life. And if your sense of safety is built on something that can burn, crash, or vanish, then you're building your future on sand. 3. True fulfillment, the treasure. No one can sell you. Tanya, 24, says her parents taught her to live simply. She and her twin sister grew up with only the basics: hand-me-down clothes, simple meals, modest living. And yet she describes her childhood as incredibly happy. Why? Because fulfillment doesn't come from possessions. It never has, and it never will. But many struggle with this idea. When you have only enough, contentment feels hard. Culture teaches us that happiness requires more money, more stuff, more status. But the Bible teaches the opposite. Having food and clothing, we will be content with these things. 1 Timothy 6:8. And Jesus said, happy are those conscious of their spiritual need. Matthew 5:3. Meaning, real happiness begins when you stop trying to fill your heart with things and start filling it with purpose. Jesus made it unmistakably clear. Even when a person has an abundance, his life does not depend on the things he possesses. Luke 12:15. Science agrees. Studies show that people who chase material success are more anxious, depressed, and physically unwell. They have more headaches, more back pain, more stress, more addiction. The endless pursuit of wealth harms emotional and physical health, the narcissism epidemic. And psychologists noticed something else. Decades ago, most college students went to school to gain wisdom or develop a philosophy of life. By the 1990s, most students said they went to college to make a lot of money. And with that shift came skyrocketing rates of depression, suicide, and psychological problems, the price of privilege. Even shopping therapy, which feels so good in the moment, is an illusion. Dr. Madeline Levine explains that retail therapy creates a temporary sense of control and power, but the real power lies in the hands of corporations and advertisers. They are trained to make you believe that products bring identity, status, or even protection. But it's a lie. Money can buy pleasure. It can buy excitement. It can buy entertainment. But it cannot buy purpose. It cannot buy spiritual fulfillment. And it cannot buy the deep peace that comes from knowing who you are and why you exist. Real fulfillment grows when you answer life's bigger questions. Why am I here? What direction is my life heading? What does my future hold? What are my spiritual needs? And how do I satisfy them? Those answers are the true richness of life, and they're available to anyone, no matter their income. The wake-up call, the wealth you already have. The world screams that success is about cars, houses, and numbers on a screen. But you've now seen the truth. Your real wealth isn't what you own. It's what you could lose if you chase the wrong things. Your family, your peace, your purpose, your relationship with God. These treasures cannot be bought. And once lost, they're far more expensive than anything money can fix. So ask yourself honestly, what am I really investing in? Are you spending your life trying to look successful or trying to build a life you'll be proud of? Has money become your master? Has stress replaced joy? Has purchasing replaced purpose? If this message made you rethink even one habit, one purchase, or one priority, then it reached its goal. Money is a tool, a necessary one, but it is not a god, and it is not a guide. The Bible shows a better way, a richer way, a way that builds families, gives security, and fills the heart. And that path is open for everyone.